Oh, hell to the yeah, yeah, hell to the what you say, hell to the who you be. I am he. She is she. First of all, okay, I'm on right now. I just hit my button right now. I'm on YouTube, so don't say nothing crazy. You heard? You on YouTube, right? I'm on YouTube. They can see my face, they can hear your voice. So now, what you talking about? Nothing. I know. She ain't say she gonna say shit. Yeah, so that's how we do it. But anyway, I know y'all can't. I'm trying to get this so you can see this here. And now I'm talking to the YouTube people. You can't see this, so this is light. So what, I'm gonna look into the light. I'm gonna look into the light, and then I'm gonna tell you what it's saying. How about that? Let's have some fun today. How about that? You know, people was always say they thought I was by myself. I'm never by myself. I'm always doing something for your edification. Because you and me have the same thing in common. What you have inside you, I also have that. That is the breath of life. See, so when you look for something in common, first look inside yourself and say, what do we do the same? Okay, we eat, we smile, we cry, we feel good, we have difficulties, we have challenges, and if we can help one another, you see, that means that we have landed on Earth. No matter where you came from, you come from Mars. I don't give a shit. Because first of all, if I can't see it, touch it, smell it, taste it, or feel it, this shit don't matter. That's what you have 5 senses. If you got 5 senses and you utilize that. Now, if somebody come and tell you something that it can't be seen, taste, smell, feel, or heard, right? Now, if you hear it, you need to see it too. Your senses got to work together. You see, you taste it. No, you got to not only taste it, you got to see how it was made, where it came from. Do you know the other day I seen on a thing and they had a cook show, a chef, and it was on TV, and he said he had a secret ingredients in his recipe, and this crazy mother, he put human flesh in the ingredients, and then the people at the show, they had contestants, they had judges and all that shit. They bugged out, threw up and all of that. When he announced is 3 different things in here. It's either liver, it's either fish or human flesh. And then he said the secret was human flesh. Now this is what y'all working on. We consider this to be the graveyard, the non-thinker, the zombie walkers. We consider this to be the what we call globally thinking. You see, on a biblical, what they call spiritual, what they call religious thinking and facts. We call this people who cover the truth. We call this the cage of the filthy bird. You see, so this is how the people think. Now, me coming from the angelic realm, we don't think like you think. You see, because we're gonna get the job done. We think like thunder. Thunder don't give up, and we don't care either. Thunder knows where it's gonna hit. Thunder is a deity. That's something that they didn't teach you. They thought you that you was the only one on the planet. You're not the only one on the planet. You see, and you're not the only human. You see, you're not the only human. Animals are human. The word animal means twice, and mal means king. So they are kings also. That's what the word. So you don't know this because you never took the time for the to etymology. Just like the sounds, words is letters put together to trick you. Letters let tears come from your eyes because you don't know what you're doing. You say things you don't even know what you're talking about. You say talk, what is talk? You don't know. How did they put this word together? Where did it come from? Who put it together? When you went to college, what is college? A college, the word college means collage. That's it. So you collaging with who? Okay, the school. Where did school come from? You see, so it's many things that you don't know. Every college like Yale and all these prestigious Harvard, these are subsidies of the Catholic Church. So you can't talk about the Pope and then go to his school of his teachings where they're doing the same thing. The teachers doing the same thing as the teachers in the Vatican. You know, misappropriation of touch, misappropriation of teaching, lying, and taking people's place, not citing our culture, coming into our land on a Thanksgiving, we helping them, and then they're gonna put all kind of stuff in our clothing and things that we don't even know. We don't live like this. We don't know what they doing. We don't even, but we realize that they talk with fork, fake tongue. They're the author of lies. So they bring the Bible over here, our teachings, right? From where we was before. This is a long story. And what happened was, due to conditions of people, some people had to go inside because it was cold for the elements, wind, rain, and indifference, right? Other people had to go outside, right? So other people, it was like when it's cold, they go inside. When it's hot, they go inside too. Okay. But we over here, we recognize the hills, the water, the everything, the wind. See, we know that the wind is our friend. We know that water, we water. We 75% water. We're the same duplication of the earth and the sea. The sea, what happened? The sea was salt with all the minerals put in there. And then as it went through the earth, right, what happened was it left itself within other things, the soil with the minerals, the diamonds with the gold, all that was in the seawater. You see? So what it is a concentration of many things. So the lifestyle we live, the lifestyle we give and share, because there's two types of people on the planet. People that's looking to go to God, and then you have the gods on the planet. What is a god? A god is those people who guard the word. What was the word? The word was the mood. The mood was called love. What was love? Love was the lower vibrations of the deities that we call angels. You see, the deities that raise certain people to prove it, like prophets and prophetess. Tis at the end of the word means ESS, was the essence of things, which is the original, which is the womb man. You see, which we call the or we say bath. Bath like in bath, bath like in water, water like in womb, like incubator, right? As far as gestation and development of the fetus, from the breathing of the air, from taking the dust particles in the air and germinating and making skin and organs for the body. This is how special the women is. But in their right, if they in their condition now, they're worthless because they don't know who they are. They're obstacles in the way. They're burning the candle. They're feeding their energy, leaving their duplication for our revival and jubilee. It has to stop, and it already has stopped. Those who have not changed, they're not coming. There is no second chances. It say you can smack Jesus in his face, kick his ass, and all that, but if you mess with the Holy Ghost, you ain't got no wins. And that's who I represent. I represent the angelic realm. I ain't gonna say my name is, because that's a whole nother thing. But the crew I'm with is Gabriel. Gabriel is the angel of teaching those who don't know and those who thought they did know. Okay, because this whole thing, knowledge, when you say you got knowledge that you got in college, the college was just a collage of the collective people who would to be their, what they say, inspiration as ambassadors to their system. They're diplomats. That's why you got a diploma. But let me ask you this, smart ass academic. We talking about academia, people. Right? That's some stupid shit, Jumpy. But anyway, yeah, I said that. I did. I really did say that. Because the schools you went to were programming centers. The the ideology was from those who really don't want you to excel. You are cargo. They call it shadow, like cattle, but it's humans. You see, and you have been lied to, and every year you do the same thing because you don't know what a year is. I'm gonna tell you what a year is. A year is a agreement, like you say yes or yeah, YEA. Well, that YEAR, right, is ye and AR. Ye is yes. We say ye, or I'm here, yay, ye, all that. So the pronunciation of a word, the vowels represent articulation of what it do. Between the consonants and the vowels, you have, I'll explain that another time. But anyway, a year is the agreement to the calendar system which you become a slave to. They invented these days for the billing system. They invented these days for control. When we talk about control, don't just skip over that damn word and think you know what control is. What is control is you? Just like the scientist, right? Um, and I can say his name, like Brother Dawood Muhammad. And he was talking to his peers, asking them about infrastructure. So the people, the PhDs, the scientists, and everything, they couldn't read. They didn't know what infrastructure is. They know one thing. They give them a certificate, right? To certify what they can do, and that's all they know. But that's not it. That means they are puppets. You see, minstrels, and somebody's pulling their strings, and they act like they know, but they don't know. You don't know. You just don't know, and that's it. And that's it's my job to tell you. And then people say, and I say this, and it won't be the last time you hear this. The reason why I'm in the lead is to show you. If I wasn't in the lead, how the hell I'm gonna show you? I can't. I was doing it from the back, and it got to the point where people fell the fuck off, and that was the reason. Because I didn't. No. I'm not gonna entertain your foolishness. See, I'm not gonna debate with you. We're not gonna have go back and forth. You know, you're gonna respect life. That's it, because that's what we do. And if there's no respect, that's it. Now, as far as you don't like what I'm saying, change the channel. I'm not a threat to you because you don't matter to me. You only matter if you're in the equation. Now, if you come under my wings and ride with me, then I'm gonna show you how to be free. What is free? Somebody say you be free. How are you gonna be free? What is free? If I tell you, you're gonna just tell the same person. If you don't know, you don't know. That's when you come here, register right here, and put your name here. You say, I'll get a notice when you want to learn. You see?
What are you knocking on?
Hey, I'm doing a video. That's what I told you. See, they don't listen.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't thinking somebody in my door.
I tell you, boy, when you work with the Lord and the breath of life you represent, be you, it's a beautiful thing. All day you be happy. There's no reason to be sad. You know, we used to say we were so happy when somebody was sad. We used to tell them scratch their ass and get glad. Okay, y'all remember that? These are the fun things we had. Now you gotta buy shit to be happy. You done lost your damn mind. Y'all can't live like this for too much longer. You see, because we done disengaged from your presence. You don't see nobody no more. Ain't nobody interested in you no more. You see, you going to the doctor when you should study. You got children, teach them to be the doctors, the health doctors. You see, with natural medicines. Every leaf, every bark, every tree has a municipal, a medical something about them for ailment to keep us. That was a gift that Gia, that you don't even know Gia. Gia is a living organism. The earth lives. And you don't even recognize it. You got to talk to her. Sit out there and talk to her. Talk to the birds. Feel the wind on your face. Listen to the birds. That's the real happiness. They say music. Music is MU means one who, and Slim is word for peace. So music is the cure, the beast in a person, to calm them down. And the music that we had opera, and somebody told them, they tricked you and told you that's their music, that's what they like, because they was the one that made you a slave and took your place worldly. That's our world music. You see, now we can go through different things, biblical, religious, and way of life and all that, but we change for different things. There's certain music for certain things that you go to. If you want to go to the party, you listen to that. If you want to go and be tranquil, you listen to that. You want to exercise, you got exercise music. You have to be multi. Right now, you're stuck on stupid. You see, because you're not listening. You see, you're not listening. They try to get your nationality, and then you blank the fuck out. Come on, get real, get real, bro. You know, everybody a king. You king, act like a king. Google what does a king do all day. All the kings. Google what does a king do. What is the schedule of a king? You'll see every second, every hour is calculated. You see, they're doing something, uplifting humanity. Now, every king ain't good. I'm not going to say that. Now, let me tell you about kings. The first question I'm going to ask you, how do we get kings? See, God approved kings after the people wanted kings. God didn't have king. God had prophets that was called Rasul, just like the boy Russell. Russell, that's a prophet. The people that you say is a prophet from years ago, they got you stuck on in the back. You got to come into the now. Stay in the now. Don't project your thought in the future and go there. Don't project yourself in the past and go there. Recognize the real. Real recognize the real. The real is the now. When the noun, you could be a king and put the K in front of the noun and know shit. You could put the K in front of the noun and use the noun, change to the E, and now you knew again. And put the K there, and you knew this because it's constantly changing. That's what the KNEW is. You knew it because the king, you're taking that position as a king. How you get the K? You get the K from the number one, which is the aleph, the first coming into this dimension, which is a straight line from what? The dot. The dot was the nukta. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't know. But y'all, the ones y'all do know, but just went damn. This nigga don't put it together. Yeah, the collector, connector, collector, you know, all on the same page, all breathing the same air, all, you know, going through. It's a whole reset to this, a reset. They don't reset the planet. And this was with our agreement, the angelic. So you gotta have an angel to tell you. Who's gonna tell you that they reset the planet? The people in the planet? We told them what to do. They just following orders. They our puppets. And you're their puppets because you don't want to rise past them and get to what I'm talking about so they can respect you. They can't respect you at the level you're thinking. It's impossible. It's not allowed. You have to be qualified to do special things. You have to qualify to be security. You got to go through school. You got to learn the rules. You got to qualify to be a man and a woman. You go through a rites of passage, which you didn't have, and you will get because we're working on that. You know, we can fix shit. Like I said, the shit should have happened in 1970. Many of you was not born. So the things that y'all living, you're actually wrong for the way y'all living. Because the parents, because of slavery, remember, they couldn't read. So they didn't have the advantage. They was getting downloads. You see, they was drawing out sketches and doing shit. They didn't know what it was about until they put it together. And then they implement who we are from the brain. And then they start making computers. You are a computer. You are a perishable computer. You see, that's programmed by the manufacturers. That's why the BIBLE is there. Basic instruction before leaving Earth. You will leave here. You see, but the body's not going to leave here. The body belongs to the earth. And if you don't know the earth, you can't take care of the body. And if you don't know the body, you're going to get stuck here because you're not going to be able to go. And that's when you have disembodied souls on the planet. That's why we have certain things for they dumbass. You see, because they ain't your friends, they ain't your family. And they could have been your family member, but they're not your height. They haven't evolved. So what's popping now? What we have to do now, you have to go through what I'm talking about now. So you can Google me. If you don't like this is too much right now. What you do is go to nuskqu, nuskqu, and go through the program. And this is the difference between a true leader that was with you, but not physically with you, but in thought and action, reason, and purpose was given to everyone, not just black, because I'm not black. And when you look at my pictures, you're going to see the energy. Look deep into these pictures. You see the energy that we be. You see the skin, which is the largest organ that it protects us. So when you shake somebody's hand and you get cross contamination, because now they become host of all kinds of germs and viruses and they passing it to you. We don't touch people. How dare you? We don't even let them come into our aura unless we are activating them, because they will take your energy. It's called vampires. You got the physical vampires, and then you got what they call spiritual. They trying to find out the words. I'm not gonna keep saying the words because it's for you. And the information that's coming shortly after the drop here of the new billing cycle, which is they call it January, right? In a couple of days, we will have a publication, and it's gonna come out definitely once a month. But we're gonna have some weekly papers going to the 7 districts. 7 represent the scene, okay? And I'm just gonna tell you, you'll hear it, and then one day I'm gonna tell you what it is. If you figure it out, you got that made. That's another one. But we got 7 rural districts, right? And this would be equal to the 10 FEMA districts here. You see, they can't have shit if we don't have shit either. Y'all don't lost your damn mind. So I established the 7 rural districts. We're going to do a tour, right, to release all political prisoners. They're not holding nobody. Because now what happened, the ramifications of the putting them on notice, that's all it was. All these, since the last 30 years, it was just put on notice. They heard about what they call unidentified flying objects. That don't mean they don't know what it is. That means they ain't telling you. They say it's unidentified. They're not telling you unidentified. That don't mean they don't know what it is. They know what it is because they've been contacted. They've been put on point that I'm telling you now. So the point of putting it on, and then what they do, they say they die. We don't die. Energy cannot be done. So we had to teach you that. People is taught with 14 books given by the Ford Corporation, the people with the cars, the inventions that they stole, the cars, Tesla, and Edison. That was the whole thing. They split up. It was about Tesla, the fossils, the fuels, bleeding the earth from her blood, which is the gas, the oil, natural gas. She needs that. That's why it's there. It's not there for the cars. We're not supposed to get in the car and leave the damn family, which is the familiar, and go to somebody else to get fiat or paper money from the word omni. You're wrong for that. The word dollar, matter of fact, so you know, means wrong. Doing something wrong. Check that out. Yeah. So the word million, right? Look at the word million. What I taught you, how to unscramble this dumb shit. And you got mal and lion in million. So now with the million is male, which means king. The king is the lion. The lion, the tribe of what? The small remnant that was saved from Israel, the tribe of Judah. See, everything. So when you tell me he gonna make you a millionaire, he's saying if you do wrong, that's the devil. The same with the 40 days and 40 nights, and saying you can have the whole kingdom. I'll make you a king, Mel, and you'll be the lion of Judah. You see that small remnant on that side that's controlled by the system of money, regulated by the IRS. you know. So these things that we was telling you years ago, being unsubtle law. You didn't like the word Allah, but Allah was all ALL, and AH represent the life, frontwards and backwards. Life, Ah represent life, and Ha represent life from Hayat. Hyatt, like the Hyatt Hotel, that's why they do that. That's why they name it that. The name is Name, reverse Eman. Iman means faith. You see, and the word imam is the title given to the religious, as they go religious, but community, the leader of the Muslims that they call it. Muslim means one who's of Salem. Salem is salam, and that's why Jesus said, "Peace be upon you." And the word peace is Salem. So he was saying in the language that they don't tell you, because they're saying in English, right? But it's Salam Alaikum. And in my country, Ethiopia, we say Salam. So we give in the peace because we are very peaceful people, very prayerful people, 24/7. We do it. And we not do it for just us. We do it because this is who we be. It's something that you need to see. And who am I? Am I saying everybody got saying I am that B, that royal B, and that's spelled B-E-E. B is B-E-E from the royal B. Royal is the power. The power is the force of the people. You see, and they use the power, control the power, and they on top. They sit in the seats. We the government, but they sit in the seats of government, so they run the government. That's how they go. So once you know what's going on and you start to be like, God damn, this is simple. You know, it's simple. It's apple pie. And they say apple pie. So when you want to make a change, you appeal apple. The word apple is appeal. Same shit. See? And the pie is a formula for what they call algebra and calculus. So when we talking about the pie, we talking about projection. We talking about projection. If somebody's going in a straight line and then they off a little bit, and the projection of 30, 40 years, they off hell of a lot. You see, because it's gonna keep varying from the point that it's supposed to be on, the parallel. So, always vertical, parallel, whatever. But it steers away, and that's what happened with every generation. And that is said by, you tell somebody something, whisper in their ear, mouth to ear, and then they tell somebody mouth to ear, 25 people, okay, it's going to come out totally ain't even what you said. You already know. And it's not fun. People like, that's the monkey. That's the monkey in people. Monkey see, monkey do. You got to stop that shit. You got to be you. Okay? Just like me. It's like the things that I do, I say, okay, I come down to your level, but not too goddamn much. Because then I start to really, really hitting you with the real, and you be like, God damn, I don't know you that well. I don't know you. That's why I ain't there. I ain't been there because I don't want to be there. I want to be there because I have all this shit to do. That's it. See, I got to go. But anyway, I'm going to get off here so I can continue doing what I'm doing. And I'm going to get back with y'all because you see it's hot like this. Y'all like it hot, right?